Trump just forced big celeb's mom to stay locked in her house, all hell breaks loose. President Donald Trump is not as impressed with celebrities nearly as much as they are with themselves and doesn't pander to them like his predecessor was known to do. Regardless of how famous they are, he's still their president and presides over a nation of laws that he's not afraid to enforce. These entitled entertainers aren't used to someone else calling the shots, and apparently, neither are their parents. One pop singer's mom just found out the hard way that her plans for the day were done, when the president himself showed up and forced her to stay locked inside her home. Needless to say, this didn't go over too well, but turned into a far better show than anything her daughter has ever done on stage. On Tuesday, you could say that a very outspoken anti-Trumper got drummed. As the president was set to speak in Beverly Hills, California, the Secret Service and local law enforcement systematically shut down the city. This is a common practice and something most people expect, but not Ariana Grande's mom, who seemed to feel that she should be able to make her way through Trump's motorcade so she didn't miss brunch. Multiple road closures made moving about the city quite difficult, if not impossible, which was not embraced by left-leaning Californians. However, for Joan Grand, it was more than an inconvenience. It seemed to practically put her into emotional duress and took it as a personal attack, since she has perpetually slandered the president on social media. According to JustJer.com, Ariana Grande's mom Joan Grand was never a fan of President Trump, and now she has a personal grudge with him after she couldn't leave her house because of him. The president is currently in town for a fundraiser in Beverly Hills, and the street near the Grand home is closed as police shut it down for Trump's arrival. As if Trump couldn't stress me out more today, I just tried to leave my house and the police stopped me and said I am not allowed on Mulholland Drive because the president is coming through in the next hour. Uneffing believable. Joan tweeted. In hashtag format she added, "Take another street Cheeto." Joan has been a longtime Trump hater. In an article about Joan Grand, Heavy.com wrote, Joan's Twitter account is dominating by the day-to-day movements of her daughter and her disapproval of Donald Trump. On May 20th, Joan tweeted that she wouldn't watch CNN until the network removed Trump supporter Jeffrey Lord from their coverage. Joan says, giving idiots like Lord airtime is part of the problem. While Joan does actively watch MSNBC, on May 17th she wrote that her favorite hosts are Joe Scarborough, Rachel Maddow and Lawrence O'Donnell. It appears that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree with Joan's pop star daughter Ariana Grande. On the night President Trump was winning his election, Ariana's head was spinning, according to Billboard.com. Ariana Grande is feeling the devastation that Hillary Clinton supporters around the country are experiencing in the wake of the Democratic candidate's loss to Donald Trump in the presidential election, but she still has a sense of hope. The side-to-side singer shared an image of a United States map that showed how the Electoral College votes may have turned out had only her generation, ages 18 to 25, voted on November 8. Although this is a graphic that was developed weeks before the election, from a significantly smaller pool size than the 69 million millennials eligible to vote this year, all but 8 states were completely blue on the map, which hints that an Electoral College win by the Republican Party may not happen again in the future. After admitting that she had spent many hours crying over the election's outcome, Grant offered a little light in the dark, as well as a plea to her fans. It restores my hope a little bit that this is what our generation's vote looked like. It says to me that better times are coming. We just have to stick together right now, she wrote in the caption. Let's please be active and vocal every day toward making each other feel accepted and loved for our differences. Not just on election day. Please. It's the only way we will be able to get through what could possibly be a very dark few years. As the poll results continued to come in on election night, Ariana took to Twitter to express her fear that Trump would win. Well, this is utterly terrifying, she wrote, adding, I am in tears, upon Trump's win. Grant is one of the many musicians and celebrities to express their sadness and frustration over the outcome of the presidential election, with the likes of Very Public, Clinton supporters Katy Perry and Lady Gaga, along with Kelly Clarkson, Questlove, India.Arie and more chiming in. Despite the disappointment, Most have called for Americans to not lose hope. Joan and her daughter Ariana are like most anti-Trump celebrities, they can't stand that a president would actually follow through with his campaign promises. They've never seen it before, and it scares them. But don't worry ladies, Trump's amazing tax breaks help more stargazing fans afford tickets to your concerts.